Heart. The ever-beating organ itself has phases of bumps when the coronary arteries, that is, the crucial oxygen suppliers to the heart muscles, are blocked. CAD, coronary artery disease, is a case of a coronary artery blockage caused by a buildup of fatty substances called the plaque. This condition is often dealt with a procedure called angioplasty. Angioplasty restores blood flow to the heart muscle without an open heart surgery. For angioplasty, a long thin tube called the catheter is guided to the blocked coronary artery. Once there, a balloon at the tip of the catheter is inflated at the narrow area of the artery, pressing the plaque, that is, the blockage, to the walls and making room for the blood flow. Earlier, angioplasty was performed with just the sausage-shaped balloon. This was until stents were introduced. A stent is a short wire mesh tube that helps keep the artery open. If the artery is stretched open with just a balloon, that is, angioplasty without a stent, the artery may recoil and narrow again afterwards. Whereas, with the usage of a stent, the percentage of re-narrowing possibility of the artery is potentially reduced. If the stent is a drug-eluting stent, that is, coated with medication, the risk is further reduced to around 2 to 3%. Fascinating, aren't they? In fact, that's just a snippet into the world of cardiovascular devices. So, without any further ado, let me introduce you the scientist of the episode who specializes in the same fascinating field of cardiovascular devices and furthermore in orthotics and rehab and technology for social impact. You're listening to Vigyan Ki Awaaz podcast, catalyzed and supported by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication as a part of STEM popularization, produced by Media for Community Foundation, content support by Kadalosi FM 90.4 CR and hosted by yours, Surya Kiran. MrSubash Neelakandan, Engineer C, Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute for Medical Sciences and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram. A brief introduction about himself.
Hi, I'm Subash and Neelakandan. I'm a mechanical engineering by training. I did my BTech in mechanical engineering and my master's in mechanical engineering in year 2012. So after that, I had been working with Sri Chitra in the area of artificial internal organs.
An orthosis is generally an individually designed or customized device which is applied to the external part of the body to provide support and protection for the particular area of the body. It integrates biomechanical principles to realign joints and reduce pain. The design, materials and function of the orthosis are based on a patient assessment including their medical history, biomechanical principles and the individual needs of the user. Let's hear more from Mr. Subash Neelakandan about his areas of research, which includes the field of orthosis we just briefly discussed about.
So at SCTIMST, aligned with our Perspective Plan 2030, I am working in 3 research areas. First, cardiovascular devices, which is for the treatment of structural heart-related devices. Second is orthotics and rehab, focused on human mobility devices. And third is technology for social impact, such as technologies for COVID management.
Evolution is a sign of a successful survival tactic because times of distress bring along even fears of will to survive them. So, when the COVID wave hit us, we as humanity fought back with just as much resolve to survive them. One such was MediCab, a portable field hospital infrastructure developed combinedly by Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute for Science and Technology, Trivandrum, and Modulus Housing, a startup incubated by IIT Madras as a COVID-19 innovation. It is foldable and is composed of 4 zones: a doctor's room, an isolation room, a medical room or ward, and a twin-bed ICU maintained at negative pressure. It can be easily transported and installed anywhere in geographic locations and can be erected in just 2 hours with the help of 4 persons. The cabins in the medical cab are tightly sealed and are dust-proof. It has inbuilt electricals which are just plug-and-play. MediCab can withstand harsh weather and heavy rains as well. Let's hear more on this and other areas of research of Mr. Subash Neelakandan and their potential benefits for a common man.
Okay, so starting with the first area. The first area is cardiovascular devices. There I am working in a device called coronary stent. So as per the National Interventional Cardiology data, in year 2018, close to 6 lakhs coronary stents has been used for treating heart attack. So our focus area is developing devices for the treatment of heart attack. So by this program, we are planning to bring a new coronary stent in the market where there is already drug-eluting stent and bare metal stent. So we are trying to give value addition by positioning a new product which offers all the benefits, but there is no polymer and no drug in it. So this is first area. Second area is orthotics and rehab. So according to WHO, by 2050, more than 3.5 billion population of people is expected to use one assistive device at least. So as per our new Perspective 2030 plan of Chitra, orthotics and rehab is an area which we have identified, and currently we are working jointly with industry for developing mobility aids which will help in elderly and geriatric patients. The third is technology for social impact. During the time of COVID-19 management, we come up with two technologies which are commercialized in the market. Number one is a portable and deployable field hospitals. So along with a startup called Modulus Housing, we develop a portable and deployable field hospitals which is used for COVID-19 management. So the hospitals can be packed like a container in a truck. It can be transported to any remote location and can be deployed in 4 hours. So in the first wave of COVID-19 program, the project was deployed in Chennai at first, then Wayanad in Kerala, and after that in North India. During the second wave, directly the Prime Minister Office and Office of Principal Scientific Advisor handpicked the company, and now the portable and deployable hospital is used across multiple states in our country, which played an important role in COVID-19 management. The second product which was commercialized was UVC based bins, which are used for disinfection of the UVC stable objects. So that product was commercialized through an industry partner called VST Mobility, and that was one among the major startups from Kerala which won the award of Kerala Startup Mission as a COVID-19 innovator.
You're listening to Vigyan Ki Awaaz podcast, a STEM popularization initiative catalyzed and supported by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, produced by Media for Community Foundation, content support by Kadalose FM 90.4 CR, and hosted by your Surya Kiran. Moving ahead, let's listen to Mr. Subash Neelakandan about the changing landscape of his research areas on accounts of its past, present and future.
Okay, first, in the case of cardiovascular devices, the earlier research was focused more on open surgery devices, but the current trend and future is the technologies are getting more and more minimally invasive. That means it improves the quality of patient and the recovery time is very low in the case of minimally invasive devices. So our future research is focusing on a center of minimally invasive technology where we are planning to come up with close to 10 minimally invasive devices which are stents basically for the treatment of various diseases within the body. Second is orthotics and rehab. So orthotics and rehab, along with the industry partners, we are coming up with mobility aids. So the future research areas will be focusing on osteoarthritis. Mostly in India, women population after 60 years of age is having osteoarthritis, which is leading to the wear out of the knee. So we are working on a research area where there is a knee brace which will be focusing on the osteoarthritis. Similarly, other knee joint related issues, we are planning to come up with new devices jointly with our industry partners.
That's intriguing. Sounds like we have a boon of innovation under research for the elderly population with knee pain. That being said, let's hear about India's ranking in this field of research from Mr. Subash Neelakandan.
Okay, coming to cardiovascular devices, India is on par with the developed countries. Only few countries in the world have the capacity to develop cardiovascular devices. So we have a unique structure in our organization where a hospital, tertiary super specialty hospital, a biomedical technology wing and a public science center work together in taking an idea, to a cardiovascular devices. So for that we are established and we have around 40 years plus legacy. In the case of orthotics and rehab, it is a newly identified area. So we are in the starting stage. So the plan is by 2030 we would like to be the top player in the country.
The Biomedical Technology Wing of Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute for Medical Sciences and Technology, Trivandrum, is a prominent component of technological innovations in the field of medicine. One of its comprising division includes the Division of Artificial Organs. The artificial organs is engaged in the development of implants and other associated medical devices. This division has its core strength in the area of design, prototyping, in vitro evaluation, process development and technology documentation for medical devices. The facilities and expertise are available in the areas of design and drawing generation, polishing of medical device components and automated instrumentation development for devices. Modeling and prototyping laboratory and devices testing laboratory function as a part of this division. Now sir, can you please tell us about our competitions in this field?
So currently I would like to say there is collaboration, cooperation and co-creation. So if we list the major industry players in the country, all of them are our industry partners. So yeah, we jointly work with them in the beginning stage in the case of orthotics and rehab.
Can you brief us about how Indian industries are associating with your research projects?
Yeah, so one of the main USP of our organization is industry traction. So in the case of industry interaction, we have a kind of 3 to 4 prong approach. Number one is fully develop a technology in the lab and transfer it to a company. For example, in the case of cardiovascular devices, we worked on developing a titanium nitride coated coronary stent, which is fully developed in the lab. Now, through an expression of interest, we are trying to find out industry. The second is joint development with industry. So, in the case of orthotics and rehab, there is a major industry player in the country called Tynor. So Tynor is jointly working with us. They are funding us in our research for technology development in orthotics and rehab. Other major industries which are involved in working with us as Tata Steel. So Tata Steel is supporting us in material development. Then a lot of startups are also part of our group. So VSD Mobility is a startup which work with us in commercializing products such as BIN19, which is a IoT based smart device used for sanitization of products during COVID-19. Then there is UV Spot, that is also a UVC based sanitization device. Then we work with another company called Modulus Housing, that is a startup based on IIT Madras Research Park. So along with us, we worked in development of a product called Force on Medicap, and many other startups and companies are also with us in pipeline in taking these innovations from lab to market.
Can you brief us about how Indian industries are associating with your research projects?
So competitors, if you are looking at a global perspective, in the case of cardiovascular devices, Ireland, Galway is one of the major hub from where a lot of high-risk medical devices are coming up, because they have a shared manufacturing facility, shared design facility. As a whole, that is a great medical ecosystem. So there are many companies from USA and Europe in the cardiovascular segment. Coming to orthotics and rehab, the major players are from Germany and from France.
Great! Can you give us an account of your patents, research papers and the awards you have won?
From 2018 to 2023, during last 5 years, I have filed more than 8 patents, 5 design registrations, 2 patents has been granted, 4 technologies has been commercialized, and the organization received royalty and revenue from that. Conferences, there were around 5 conferences published and 4 journals in this period. So awards, due to the activities which we carried out in this lab to market transition, so I received the BRICS Young Scientist Award at first. Followed by that, I got an invitation to attend as a delegate from India to understand the Israel medical ecosystem. So in year 2023, I was selected among the group of delegates from India who visited the Made in Israel to understand how the assistive tech market is happening there. And third, from our institute, I got certificate of merit in 2022 and 2023. Then from Tata Steel, we were pre-finalist in developing materials for orthotic application. Followed by that, we received financial grants from Tata Steel. So these are some of the few selected awards which I received in last 5 years.
Thank you, Mr. Subash Neelakandan, for spending your time with us and patiently sharing the innovations and budding research goals under the landscape of your research fields. We look forward to more boon of innovations.
So thanks, team. It was a nice experience sharing time with you.
Science for Equity Empowerment and Development, that is SEED Division, earlier known as Science and Society Division, under the Department of Science and Technology provides opportunities to motivated scientists and technologists from national research and development, that is R&D labs and S&T-driven non-governmental organizations and field-level workers to take up action-oriented and location-specific projects aiming at socio-economic development of disadvantaged sections of the society through appropriate interventions of science, technology and innovation, that is STI, leading to their improved quality of life and livelihood. You're listening to Vigyan Ki Awaaz podcast, catalyzed and supported by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, produced by Media for Community Foundation, content support by Kadalose FM 90.4 CR and hosted by yours, Surya Kiran. We will meet again in another interesting episode. Thank you for listening.